I gotta go give me something to drink and I'll be right back.
And you stay there.
All right. All right, everybody. I am Drake Everhart, and this is LXWA's pay-per-viewing their belts against contenders. The first match is about to start, and it is for the LXWA Retribution Championship. Johnny Blade as the contender, and the champion Dude Scotty. Will the champ retain, or will the contender get the belt? Let's tune in and find out. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, this is LXW's pay-per-view known as Extreme Chaos. The first match is for the LXWA's Men's Retribution Championship, and the contender making his way down to the ring, his name is Johnny Blade, all the way from Chicago, Illinois.
Lay down.
And this isn't an iron type of match, so the only way to get falls is by using your finishers, I believe. There's no pinfalls or anything, so basically the way to get counts is by whoever does the most finishers in the time limit. Now, the LXWA Retribution Champion, all the way from Dudeville, Dude Scotty. He's looking ready. He's looking pumped. Can this champ defend his belt tonight against the fighting contender, Johnny Blade? We're all about to find out. Alright, we're lowering down the Hell in a Cell, and the match is underway. And it looks like Johnny Blade got the first upper hand momentum as he goes beating down Dude Scotty. Or was this a 2 out of 3 falls? I can't remember exactly, but we'll find out. Because there's not a time limit, so... Johnny Blade looks kind of confused and stuck in the corner. I guess we'll have to wait for Dude Scotty to get up. Looks like we got... I'm gonna have to switch this over right quick. Now get back to AI. Dude Scotty's looking like he's getting beat down right here. He just found a way to get reversed to get some momentum on his side. Watching it later. Thank you as
Lay down.
let's say I'm sorry about that. I had to pause it right quick. Then there was a phone call in my office. It was an important phone call. But now I am back. We got Dude Scotty like already using his finisher and submission, signature and finisher, and now he's going for a pin. And that was barely Johnny Blade kicked out of that. And he got a Claymore. Now Johnny Blade is back on top. Dude Scotty was starting to come back and get some fire, so we got a fight. And now back to being a Claymore, back to the other way. Welcome, this is LXWA. Thank you for showing and viewing us. This is for the LXW Retribution Champion. Dude Scotty in the purple pants is the champ. Johnny Blade in the white shirt is the #1 contender. And it looked like we had a submission, but it was reversed. And Dude Scotty just got knocked out. Going for a pin. And 3. Johnny Blade got the first fall, so... And it looks like Johnny Blade won. Dude Scotty did not retain. And we have a new Retribution champion, Johnny Blade. Congratulations, Johnny Blade. And a nice fight you had. You had some momentum there, Dude Scotty, but maybe you'll get another shot down the road and take it back. But here we go. Next match. A triple threat LXWA Last Statement Championship match. It's in a Hell in a Cell. And here we go. And for those who don't know, the Last Statement Champion is more of an extreme hardcore title of LXWA, so it will be in some type of, always in some type of extreme situation. Like now, it is in a Hell in a Cell, but I believe this is a triple threat Iron Man Hell in a Cell, so there will be a time limit. And making her way first, all the way from San Antonio, Texas, she is the heart of Texas, Lexi Hart. And her opponent, now this superstar, we have no idea where he's from. We just know that he lurks, he shows up, and when he's booked, he comes out and ready to fight. And he is the big monster, Crypto. I am really glad that this is a Hell in a Cell and that monster is stuck in a cage. Hopefully it stays in the cage and it doesn't break through, but if it does, that is awesome too. But I just don't want him over here by the commentating table because I don't need him coming after me. This match is going to be very tough for the champion, but she is tough as they come because she has the heart of her father, and she also has that fearlessness and toughness of her mother. And we are talking about the LXW Last Statement Champion, the oldest daughter of Too Sweet, AJ Sweet.
Really?
Yes, for those who know, the song is Eddie Guerrero or Los Guerreros. All I gotta say, this match is gonna be very brutal. We're going to see, can AJ Sweet tough it out and retain, or will we have another upset and a new champion? So good luck, competitors, and let's get this show going. Yes, this is a triple threat Iron Man match for the LXW Last Statement Championship. And I believe there is no pinfalls or submissions. The only way to get falls is by correctly connecting and successfully hitting your finisher. I think that's how it goes. Because the last time we did one of these, it just kept getting no pins, and it's just really hard. So we wanted to make it simple, fair, that everybody had a shot of actually trying to win it. And even the champion had a chance of retaining. So that's what we're doing. Crypto catching Lexi Hart, and then hits a Claymore to the champion. Told you this match was going to get brutal. And Lexi Hart's outside of the ring while Crypto is beating down the champion. Lexi gets back in the ring. There's going to be like a lot of commotion, so I probably won't catch everything, but and it looks like the monster picked up Lexi and just powered slammed her. And the ref just got knocked out. Because AJ Sweet just tried to go flying forearm to Crypto, but instead hits the ref. I know I'm getting here a mouthful of that ref later in the night. She's going to be in my office and demand medical compensation or something. But and we take these matters seriously, so we got you. Of course, all our refs have great medical benefits. Because in the middle of that ring, like with these wrestlers, we had to. Because these wrestlers are crazy. Every one of them. But they always bring the show. Man, Crypto is manhandling both of these women like it's no tomorrow. Like it was a plate full of breakfast. It looks like he's going for the accolade. That was his signature, but it didn't count because it has to be a finisher. So, and Crypto just got the first fall. He hit his finisher on the champion, so Crypto is in the lead. And like we said, there has to be a winner, so hopefully there will be no ties. But Crypto is still just madhousing these two women. I want to say sorry for them, but these women wouldn't want me to say sorry for nothing, because they love doing this. They don't care who's in the ring with them. They don't care if it's a man or a woman. They'll fight and show LXWA why we are extreme. Now we got some action outside. Thank you all for tuning in. This is LXWA. If you're just here for a quick stop by, that's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it. We're just here having fun. It's just one of those shows where we just do this for fun. It's no biggie. Hope you guys enjoy. This is a triple threat championship match for the Last Statement champion. And right now, Crypto is ahead by 1. And there's about to be 10 minutes left of this match. And still, Crypto is up by 1 because the other two have 0. It looks like Lexi was trying to throw Crypto through the cage. And now he hits the cage because the champion threw Crypto in the cage. At least we get some game. And now the champ just got smashed into the cage. And now we're going back the other way. Looks like these guys are trying to break it. And the cage is finally broken. And this is what I was afraid of, them coming out. Now they're back in the ring. There we go. We get them back in the ring. Now Crypto's gonna pick up Lexi Hart. Now we're just gonna stay out here, aren't we? You can't win unless you're in the ring or hit your finishers, and I don't think you can hit it out there. Now we finally get in the ring. No finisher yet. Lexi tried to go for a clothesline, but the champ was too quick for that. Well, she used the signature, but not a finisher yet. Guess she just wanted to wear down the contender. Lexi picks it up, and that was her signature. And it looks like Lexi might be setting up for a finisher, maybe. And she did. And she got up one. Now it's tie 1-1. Lexi's setting it up. She tried to go for her finisher. And Crypto takes it back 2-1. And she just got one because she just hit her finisher. So it's 2-1-1. Crypto is the head. So it can still be anybody's game because we have about less than a little over 5 minutes, 5.5 to be exact. And it looks like Lexi Hart stole Crypto's finisher, and now she's tied it up 2-2. But it still could be anybody's game because we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes of playtime. And we got some Hell's Gate going on in a Hell in a Cell. And Crypto just straight up power clothesline Lexi. That was one of her dads, so it's tied 2-2. Who is going to leave here as champ? But if it ends up in a tie, the champ will retain. That's how we're going to do this. The only way it'll change hands if one of them actually win. And now Crypto is ahead by 1, so Crypto is in the lead. But I really enjoy this match because a lot of action. Less than 3 minutes now left of this match. And Crypto is up by 1. And the champ is now up by 3, so that would make it a tie. I can see the champ is really trying to retain here. And that's reversed. I got a claymore to the champ. And now she's going to smash Crypto's face in. So far, this is an incredible match. A little over 1 minute left. And so far, it's tied 3-3. And Lexi has 2. Unless she hits her finisher. And that was her signature. She just hit her signature now. And the champ is ahead by 1. She took the lead here. And can they just last long enough? And the champion could retain. I told you, it was she's tough. She has heart. And now the Crypto just got ahead by 1. But that's not going to do anything if he can't have another finisher to hit. A draw. Title defense. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Lxwa. I hope you enjoy the show. If you're only here for a small moment, that's cool too. We appreciate you just showing up and stopping by.
Yellow.
This is one of the twin daughters of Johnny and Angel Sweet. She is having a chance to earn herself a title just like her parents and her sister, AJ, who just happened to defend and retain. But that was an incredible match for sure. And here comes Kenny Dynasty representing the VIP Club. The Circle of Life champion, Kenny Dynasty. This is our third match of the night. There are 3 matches left. Let's see. Will this champion retain or will he lose it? We're going to find out. And here we go. We're getting it underway. Excuse me on that. This is our pay-per-view known as Extreme Chaos. And this is our third match of the night, and is for the Circle of Life champion, Lxwa Sweet over here, against the champion, Kenny Dynasty. The champion is taking it to Lxwa Sweet. The champion's starting strong here. Lxwa Sweet is like taking a beating out there. She needs to figure a way to get this reversed, or this match could be over before it even begins. But the champion is showing that he's not ready to lose it, so he's ready to defend this and fight to keep it. It looks like Kenny is going for a weapon, and he grabbed a light tube, but it was reversed. Tried to hit Lxwa Sweet with a light tube, and now it's shattered over the sternum of Kenny Dynasty. That had to hurt. And a beautiful tornado flying DDT from in the ring to out of the ring by Lxwa, but it's reversed by the champion again. We had some fight back with the contender, but the champ was still too quick and too smart. Now we get back in the ring. Now another light tube. And they both had the idea to use a light tube for some reason. But it was Kenny that got to hit first. And she did a Spanish fly and a moonsault outside. A lot of flippy-dilly-doo-dahs. I don't know what you would call them, but a lot of acrobatics. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. What I was saying, I don't know. And don't dare to ask. Because I'm Drake Everhart, and I just say random stuff at random times. So I could know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't. But it's a light tube again. Or is that a kendo stick? Oh, it was a kendo stick. I thought it was a light tube. That's why it didn't shatter. It was a kendo stick. See, I told you. I can't even tell what weapons are weapons. Got a power bomb by the champ. But Leia gets back up. And Kenny's like, nope, you're going right back down. 1, 2, 3. And the champ retains. And that's the ball game. Kenny Dynasty is still the LXWA Circle of Life champion. He made Leia Sweet look light work to him. And I'm pretty sure he's going to come into my office and be demanding a tougher opponent because to stop saying weaklings at him. But we have all heard it before, VIP Club. We all know. You're all looking for a challenge. Maybe next time you won't be so lucky. Now, Too Sweet gets to defend their belts one more time against the Southern Wolfpack, the Lunar Rebels, Braden and Dakota Black. And here we go. And I believe this is a 2 out of 3 falls. So which team gets the 2 falls first will become champions or retain. And making their way to the ring first, the Lunar Rebels, Braden and Dakota Black. A neat fact that you all don't know, Braden is the middle child or the middle brother, while Dakota is the youngest. And their oldest is Silas. Which he's not here tonight. Apparently he's in Japan training in the Luchador Academy. But I'm pretty sure he has his TV on and watching his brothers fight tonight and rooting for them. Now making their way to the ring one more time. Angel and Johnny Sweet. Too Sweet. The tag team champions. These guys are the power couple, and if any team wants those belts, they're gonna figure a way to beat these two, because these guys not only have power, they have smarts, and they have a bond that is stronger than steel. And they are the longest reigning undefeated tag champs. There is not a champion, a tag team that was able to beat this team, and I don't know how forever long. But they are back from a hiatus. They had a quick title defense the first show, I believe. And they defended it real quick. Maybe they look to retain now, or will they lose the belts finally? Will the Braden and Dakota be the team that defeats the undefeated power couple? And like his charm says, pimpin' ain't easy. Damn straight that is. Johnny's hearing the cheers and looks ready. Who gets the first? And Braden gets the first attack. Johnny tried, but I think he stalled his hit or something. But doesn't matter. Braden got the momentum on his team side. And yes, this is a 2 out of 3 falls. So whichever team makes the team to the first 2 falls will become winner. Now it's Dakota going against Johnny Sweet. Johnny does a roll-up pin. We call that the package pin or something like that. I don't know. Small package, that's what they call it. See, I knew the words. It was off the top of my tongue. I should go read a wrestling encyclopedia to learn some of these moves. That was a chop block by a beautiful Claymore. But right now, Johnny Sweet is taking a severely beating. He either needs to get his wife in or figure a way to get this reversed. Or the champs could be in danger of losing. But it looks like Dakota and Braden are really trying, but it was caught and reversed with a forearm to the jaw. He's walking away. He's trying. But Braden's just going to allow Johnny to tag. I have no clue why he did that. And then he just goes up and claymores Angel Sweet as soon as she came in. And then Braden decides to fly at Johnny and then leaves his opponent, the one that's in the ring, unattended. But he gets a reverse because she decided that she wanted to go super fly Braden, but Braden was too smart and too quick. Can't catch a wolf like that. Don't you ever understand how the jungle works, Angel Sweet? I guess not, because Braden is quickly lethal strikes, and Johnny just straight punches Braden. Now Dragon Sleeper from the outside of the ring trying to help his wife out. I don't know if you want to call that cheating or not, but it was there. Maybe Braden shouldn't have walked over to that corner. And Braden decided to go for a Claymore and missed. And now we're going to go Cia Romero, breaking arms. We call that the Wrath of God, or at least the sacrificing arm. Now we got a Dragon Sleeper by Angel Sweet. And it's reversed again. Braden decides that he's going to go attack his brother. And Angel Sweet gets hit by Dakota. And now Angel's going to go tag back her husband in. Maybe he'll finally get some momentum on his side. And he does, because he's firing on the little guy. These brothers are tough. They're making the champs work. Even if they do retain, these guys are here for the fight. Now we got a tag team going on. A Claymore with a zigzag. Nice tag team combination. Johnny Sweet rolls out of the ring. Hopefully to catch some breath. And he does, because he got enough just to reverse it. And now a suplex to outside of the ring. That had to hurt. Johnny needs to get back in the ring before he gets counted out. And he's calling for a phenomenal forearm, but he's like, no, I don't want to jump. And now actually Johnny's going for a tag team maneuver. One, two, and it was a kick out. A lot of good tag teams here. A lot of good tag maneuvers. Good tags. Great teamwork. Exactly what you want to see in a championship opportunity. And Braden just straight slammed her to the canvas and then tags his brother in. Oh, she got her crossface. Dakota hit her crossface. And Johnny comes in to save his wife from being tagged out, from being tapped out. Nice, beautiful moonsault. But Angel Sweet is able to kick out. Dakota is trying to get her to the center of the ring. Nice reversal. I think Dakota was trying to go for his finisher, but Angel blocked it before he was able to even attempt to hit it. And now Angel tags her husband back in, and they're going for the same tag team maneuver that they hit earlier on Braden. Now they're going to go for the pin. And one, and it's a kick out. Now we're going to work on the arms of Dakota. And now Johnny is going to allow Dakota to tag Braden in. And he hit the signature on Braden. And one, and Braden kicks out. He's calling for something. And, oh, a super kick. Could that be it? 1, 2, and he was going to go after Dakota. He was like, you piece of crap. But he got out just in time. Then he tags his wife in. She hit her signature now. Could this be it? 1, 2, and no! Braden was able to kick out of that. Don't know how, but he did. Oh no, she's going for a dragon sleeper. Is he going to tap out? No, he doesn't. Thank you for tuning in. This is LXWA. We appreciate it. Much love to you. And Braden taps out. Too Sweet is up by 1. Now Dakota gets in the ring. And Dakota hits his finisher. And Johnny saves his wife from being pinned. And now Dakota goes after Johnny, allowing Angel Sweet to rest. But she's going to do some Randy Orton to the pimp. A Northern Lights suplex. It looks like right now, Too Sweet is ahead. 1, and it's a kick out. And that was her finisher. Could this be the end of it? 1, 2, and kicked out barely. I think Braden was trying to get in, but he's too slow over there. But Dakota reverses. And a clothesline. And a forearm. Johnny tried to help his wife again. Angel Sweet takes him to his own corner, but Bray didn't even do anything. Now we're doing a Northern Light into a Fisherman neck breaker. Angel Sweet decides to tag in her husband back in. And now it's Johnny and Dakota, and a hard clothesline by the Pimp. And that's one. And no, Dakota still has heart and determination in his system. And Dakota decided to fly at nobody. Johnny goes out. Dakota tried to go in. And now they finally got out. They finally on the same page. And Johnny decides to go back in the ring. And Angel Sweet decides to pick up Dakota and sends him in the ring. And it looks like Johnny just tags his wife in. Is this going to be a tap out? No. That was reversed. You totally missed that, Dakota. You had it. I don't know what you were trying to go for, but you failed. You allowed Angel to capitalize. She tags back her husband. And a Claymore by the Pimp to Dakota. And Dakota finally kicks Johnny away from him to get back on momentum. And it looks like we got a guillotine. But I don't think that was a signature. But that's reversed now. Nice driver by Dakota. Is he going to tag his brother in? Yes, he is. He finally gets Braden in. Johnny saw him raging, and he's like, nope. Now I'm going to go back in and back out. Dakota decides to smash Johnny's face on the canvas. Braden goes after the wife with a DDT to the ring. And Johnny Sweet is now taking a beating by Dakota outside. Braden comes back, cannonballs him. This is our longest, greatest match so far. And then he kicks him in the head. What is this? It looks like a tag team move, or is this a tag team finisher? Nope, it was just a regular tag team move. Coffin drop. Johnny looked like he was just getting out of that way real quick. They're trying. He caught him with a crossface. But Johnny was able to get out of that. It looks like and the chance retained. I don't know how the heck did he just came out of nowhere, but he hit the eye of a hurricane. That's what we call that. And they retain. The chance retained. Again, there is not a tag team live right now that can beat this undefeated team. The champs are here. Now we got the LXWA Rebellious Women's Champion in a triple threat Extreme Rules. We have Maisley Jade, Jim, and the champion Danica Black. Her brothers just lost a tag team opportunity. Will she retain, or will she pretty much go home with her brothers titleless? We'll find out. And this is our 5th match, so technically this will make us our co-main event. And Jim, not to be mistaken with Jim and the Holograms, she is a pop star, or she acts like she is, but she's not. But she is a severe badass in the ring. Can she walk away with gold, or will she go home titleless?
Lay down. Lay down. Stay.
Maisley Jade. She is one of the twin sisters and adopted daughters of Cassidy Moore and Celine Taylor. And she's looking to put gold on her resume, while her mom later in the main event has to defend her Extreme World Championship. But she's looking to add some more gold to the family resume. We'll see if they'll be able to do it or not. And here comes the champ, the Rebellious Women's Champion, Danica Black. Can she get her first title defense, or will she leave here without that belt? And there you have it, the beautiful Rebellious Championship. Maisley Jade goes after the champ, but then gets clotheslined over the rope by Jim. This is an Iron Woman match. I don't know if you have to hit your finishers or this. I think this is you have to hit your finishers to get a fall as well. So. And looks like we got a light 2 coming in. And she just shattered it over the champ with an elbow drop. And we got some weaponry with a barbed wire bat by the champion to Jim. And then a reverse. Excuse me there. I'm kind of just restless and tired. But we'll get through this show. And then maybe I'll go to my office and just take a nap. But who knows? But right now we're here about action and not sleeping. Because we have a triple threat Rebellious Championship match. And it looks like Danica already got one ahead. So it's 1-0. So the champ is ahead. But there's still plenty of match left. And it looks like she brings out a door. Now we're running around the ring. Oh, that was beautiful. I don't know why they ran all the way just to do that, but okay. Clotheslined. We got a little under 12 minutes left. And it looks like Danica is setting her up for something. And I think that's her finisher. And now she is up 2-0 over the two females. The champ is looking to retain really fast. But it's still on anybody's ball game because anybody can come back from this. Because there are plenty of time left for it. Yeah, moves after moves, but still the champ is ahead right now. Maisley hit her signature, but it wasn't a finisher, so it doesn't count as a fall. It has to be the finisher. Jim gets up Danica. Is this her finisher? And it is. Maisley got a fall now. She's only one behind the champ. Jim tried to use her finisher, but Maisley reversed. These girls don't know what they're doing. It's still 2-1. Champions is up by 1 and a little over 8 minutes left. And a barbed wire bat just got thrown. And Mesa J just went for an attack. Now she's going to pick up the steps. That's crazy. Oh, and Maisley just got bat thrown at her and she busted open. Now Jim and Danica are taking their sweet time to walk across the... And they both decided to hit a claymore but totally missed each other. They had the same idea. And now Danica's up 3-1 while she used her finisher. And it looks like Maisley's going to hit her finisher to make it go back to 1 fall above. Now she has 2. The champ has 3. Jim has 0. I don't know what she doing. She didn't even... I know she tried to attempt a finisher, but it was reversed, so... But they're trying to fight, and now the champ just got a chair thrown at her face. And now Jim is trying... They're trying to fight. And that was her signature. But like we said, if it ends in a tie, the champ retains regardless. That's how we're doing it here. Because I believe that's fair. Because in Royal Rules, if it's a tie, the champ retains. And that's how we're going to do it here too.
Your grandma.
Right now, Maisley Jade has finally got up. Sorry about that. It was 3-3, and then she hit another finisher after hitting the first one, and now she is up by 1. So right now, if the time ran out, she would be the new champion. And now she just hit her signature, but it doesn't count.
Waterfall. No.
That wasn't a finisher.
No.
This is, though. And now it's back to tie. The champ is back to retaining. This is a good match. Jim needs to figure some way to at least get a fall, or she's just going to straight up lose. Now the champ got her signature. And the Maisley is back on top by 1. And Jim finally gets 1. After a nearly 12 minutes have gone by. And we're about to have at least 3 minutes left. And right now, Maisley is on top. And I think that's her finisher. And it is. Now it's 5-5. The champ is back to retaining. A power bomb. Danica picks up a chair, but I don't think she knows what she's doing. Uh-oh. And that is Maisley's finisher, Jaded. And now she is ahead by 1. Maisley really wants this belt, because she has not given up of trying to stay on top. And a beautiful, pretty little moonsault. But there's still enough time. The champ could come back. And a power slam. That was her signature. So now Maisley Jade has a signature, or a finisher, set it up. Oh, now it's 7-5. Maisley is up by 2. It looks like we're going to have a new champ. But it still can, but who knows? Can Maisley just last 40 seconds? And we're about to have a new women's rebellious champion. "30 seconds left. And that was her signature. She's just beating down the champ. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end. Congratulations, Maisie Jade, because the new women's rebellious champion, Maisley Jade. Jim, you fought with heart. You stuck in there no matter what, even though you were trailing behind badly. Maisley came to fight. The champ came to fight. What an incredible match that was. And now we're on to our main event. And it will be for the Extreme World Championship. And let's get the next match on the road here, because it's our main event. It is John Saberwolf taking on the champion, Cassidy Moore. And here we go. This is our main event, so this is our last match of the afternoon. I hope everybody tuned in enjoyed it. Those that will watch it later, I hope you enjoy it. This is John Saberwolf. He idolizes the bloodline, coming out here looking like Jacob Fatu. Can he walk away as the world champion, or will the longest reigning defending world champion, who just got her title back, will she defend it? Let's tune in and find out. Well, I know she's very proud, because last match, one of her twin daughters became champion tonight. What a credible win for her career. And for those who don't know, that is her first championship ever in a professional wrestling ring. And now the champion herself makes her way to the ring. Cassidy Moore. This is the LXWA Extreme World Champion. So here we go. This is an Extreme Chaos match. So this is a time limit, 15-minute time limit. And the only way to get falls, you got to put your opponent through tables. So the more tables your opponent goes through, the more falls you can get, and the better chance of winning the match. Like I said, this is our main event of the afternoon. So let's see what happens. And John Saberwolf got the action first, so he's going to start getting on top here. But it doesn't mean nothing if he doesn't start putting his opponent through tables. So, and he goes for a flying forearm. And he tried to bring in a weapon. He gave time for Cassidy to get some momentum on her side. Now they're outside of the ring. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. But if it ends in a tie, the champ will retain. So her best bet is try to get more falls just to win the match. But just enough if he starts getting more to tie it up in the end. So almost 2 minutes have gone by. Thought it was 15 minutes. Apparently it was just 10. So there's still plenty of time for a main event. And then she goes flying. Now we go outside and she grabs a table. Can she get the first? She throws it in the ring. I don't know what John Saberwolf was doing. To be honest, I should have made this at least 20 minutes, but of course, I feel like fast is the way to go, so 10 minutes is more than enough time. She sets her table up. She goes and picks up the contender, but John Saberwolf was able to reverse. And he picks up the champ. And she went through a table, so John is 1-0. The champ is in danger of losing her belt right now. She set up the table, and she almost went through another one. And John almost threw himself through one. What is going on here?
That would really been funny.
The super kick. One and nothing. We're almost at 6 minutes left of the match, and it's John over the champ right now. But she can still come back. She just has to get him through a table somehow. And she goes in the ring, but she should be worrying about getting a table instead of worrying about her opponent for a minute. Well, she's going to allow John to beat her, because if she doesn't get a fall here, we have a new champion. Well, she does have 2 stored finishers now. But that's not going to do anything if you don't put your person through the table. She picks him up. And she uses one of her finishers. John Saberwolf gets back up real quick. We're almost at 5 minutes. Halfway of the match has been gone. She used her finisher again. So now she has nothing. Now she grabs the table. And she throws it. Why? You got to set it up. You can't win without it. Thank you for tuning in. This is our main event. It is for the LXWA Extreme World Championship. This is called a Extreme Chaos match. Pretty much a 10-minute time limit. Whoever puts their opponent as many times to a table by the end of the match will be the winner. If it ends in a tie, the champ will retain. But so far, John Saberwolf is up by 1, so he is technically winning the match. So he could be our new champion if that timer runs out. And we're about to hit the 4-minute mark. A flying forearm by John Saberwolf. Pretty much John Saberwolf, all he has to do is just make sure the time runs out and not let her getting put him through a table by any chance to become world champion right here. We're at 3 minutes left in the main event tonight, or this afternoon. It's been an incredible show so far. It just looks like the champ just wants to fight and more than try to go for the win. So I don't know what she's doing. Or maybe she's stalling time on purpose. Because all she has to do is get her opponent through a table. And then she could retain.
Okay.
All right, we got 2 minutes. Sorry I had a quick pause. My family came in here to talk, but we are at least under 2 minutes left of the main event. I don't know what's going on. It looks like the game kind of froze for a second. It's not letting me. It's not. We're just gonna have to let the time go, and I guess John Saberwolf will become champion, but we probably will do another rematch for this belt to make sure that because I feel like the champion is getting screwed, not just because that's not fair or anything, it's just the game froze, so that wouldn't be fair on the champion. So when this match is over, on a later show, John Saberwolf will defend his belt rematch against Cassidy Moore. I, Jake Everhart, is saying that right now. So, yeah, I think the game glitched. So that is pretty much the end of this match. Got 40 seconds. 39. We're at 30 seconds left, and this match is over. So it looks like LXWA will have a new Extreme Champion. But like I said, because of this glitch, the champ will have to defend in a rematch against Cassie Newmar to make sure it was an official. So that is fair. That's how we're going to do things. And that is the end of the match. So your new Extreme World Champion, John Saberwolf, congrats on that. If it wasn't for that glitch, maybe Cassidy could have came back, but it is what it is. This has been a fun show. Thank you guys for all tuning in. I am Drake Everhart. I am the co-owner. And you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.